We are cleansing that self-doubt away in today's video. Have you ever wanted to do something but fear got in the way and you didn't want to do it? Are you currently struggling with overthinking and doubting your abilities? Do you feel like people are going to make fun of you if you finally take a chance to do what you love doing? Then this video is for you, because in today's video, I'm going to be giving my tips on how you can actually overcome self-doubt. And before I continue, make sure you are subscribed and you hit the notification bell so you do not miss any of my weekly Wednesday videos, here to help you, uplift you, reduce the stress in your life, and just to get rid of that overwhelm that we as people, everyone deals with. So I'm just showing you how to manage that and decompress and just relax and enjoy life. Sage. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Avishai L, international best-selling author of The Power of Why book. I wrote chapter 3. I'm international speaker, holistic health coach, and spiritual healer. I'm founder of the 12-week Eat Stress Away program, where I teach professional women how to get rid of their stress in 90 days, utilizing nutrition and lifestyle and my 6-step Eat Stress Away method. So my first tip in actually helping you overcome self-doubt is getting to the root of when it started. So in order for you to propel forward, you need to know where that started. I'm actually going to put this down. Very smoky. So you have to first discover, when did this start in your life? When did you start to doubt yourself? Because believe it or not, as children, when you're birthed or when you're born, you what I always say is babies and children, they're super intuitive. They're super intuitive when they're birthed and when they're born. And if you see a child, they just go after things. They go after what they want. They go after their talents. They're not really thinking of who's going to say this, or who's going to put me down, or who's going to do this, and blah, 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 blah. They're not thinking that, right? Until they're exposed to school, until they're exposed to a toxic parent, until they're exposed to a toxic relative, until they're exposed to, the television, and they start to compare themselves, So what I want you to do is actually take a notebook. I do have notebooks in the show notes if you want to use those, or whatever you have. Doesn't really matter. And I want you to write down, when did I begin to doubt myself? When did that occur? And so once you find out, oh my God, this is when it occurred, you can begin the healing process, and you can start, with the next tips that I'm going to teach you. And if you want to discover, you can use this. This is like my most popular method that I use with pretty much everybody. Even though it is my 4-step method to getting rid of stress, you can utilize it to actually access you to get to the root cause. So I'm going to link it right here. So if you're like, oh my God, I have no idea what to do once I find out when I begin to doubt myself, you can use this link. So I'm going to link that, and you can click on that. That'll help you get to the root of it, and you can feel, a little bit lighter as you begin that healing process. So my second tip to overcoming self-doubt is to actually, believe it or not, take steps in doing what you love. Doing what you love without the negative self-talk. So what I want you to do is, when those negative thoughts come, let's say you want to, start your own business, right? But because you have never started your own business before, here goes that negative self-talk. You might say things like, oh, it won't be successful. Oh, it's not as good as other people. Oh, it's, what you want to say is these positive affirmations. So you're going to incorporate positive self-talk, and you are going to start that business. You are going to focus on yourself. So whenever you feel the need to put yourself down, you're going to actually build yourself up. So instead of saying, I'm going to fail, you're going to say, I'm going to be successful. I grow at my own pace. I was spiritually guided to do this. I'm going to focus on how much I love doing this, and not on how this could go wrong. And Believe it or not, it's actually super important. What I love doing with my clients and what I love giving advice on when I do work with them, and stay till the end so I can actually share with you how you can actually work with me on this. And I can help you overcome your self-doubt in a more intimate capacity where I'm working with you, you know, a little bit one-on-one. So stay till the end for that. What I tell my clients, whenever they're working towards something, I want them also, like, let's say you have a business and your business might not be doing as well, but you love doing it, right? If you're the type of person who's a perfectionist or you're afraid of failure, what I want you to do is actually find something that you're terrible at. Find something that you're not good at, but you want to do it as a hobby. You know, for instance, I paint my nails, but I'm not a nail tech. You know, but it's not something, you see what I'm saying? It's not something that I want to go to graduate school for, but it's something that reminds me that there's no such thing as being a perfectionist. It's just what you love doing. And I'll say that again. There's no such thing as being a perfectionist. It's just doing what you love doing. You know, we're constant learners in society, and it's super important in this life to be a constant learner. So find something that you're actually not the greatest at, but it keeps you motivated to keep doing, because what's going to happen is you're actually training your brain and you're actually repairing that, you know, previous subconscious programming into thinking, oh my God, you know, now you're getting used to so-called failing, but it's fun because you don't want to be good at it. You don't want to be good at it anyway. You just want to do it because it's enjoyment. And that will actually translate over into every area of your life. So try it and see how that works for you. And I actually want you to comment what you actually enjoy doing that's not your career right now. Just comment below and let me know what you enjoy doing besides what you're actually currently working towards. So my third tip is, do not compare yourself. Do not compare yourself to other people, especially on social media. If you have an online business with social media, do not compare yourself to others. People are on their own journey. If you start focusing on what other people are doing, you're going to crash. And I was actually talking about this in a video on my Instagram, how some people focus so much on other people to the point where the person they're focusing on is succeeding while you're crashing. It's like you're driving, you're traveling, right? And there's this car. They always say, keep your eyes on the road, right? Once you start to turn your eyes this way, your car is gonna swerve. You're gonna crash. So if you keep comparing yourself, you're shooting down your self-esteem. That's what's happening. Instead of recognizing, that's why I say it's super important to pour love and to pour fun in whatever you love doing, because it's not going to impair your self-esteem. Always be willing to get better. I'll never forget, I went to music school for violin, and the professor, it's always was a competition. You always had to audition, and you knew there were people who were so-called better than you. But what that process taught me is that it doesn't matter who the F, because I don't want my video to get taken down. It doesn't matter who the F is better than you. It doesn't matter. Do you want to, because in orchestra you have first chair, second chair, and third chair. First chair is like the best chair. And when I went to audition for first chair, I wasn't thinking there's other people better than me. I'm like, did I practice? Did I perfect it? Even though there's no such thing as perfect, meaning, are you happy with it? So there's no such thing as perfect. There's just, are you happy with it? Focus more on that. Am I happy with how this sounds? Okay, then now I can do my best, and my best is good enough. Always remember that your best is good enough. So when I went into that audition, I was like, I practiced this. I was happy with the way it sounded. Let me go in here and audition. And I got first chair. I was first violin. I got first chair when I was in college. And I sat next to one of the best violinists in the entire school. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's better than you. It's how much do you love it? Did you do your best? And your good is good enough because nobody is you. And that's all you need to focus on. There's no need to compare. You have a different astrology birth chart. You have a different genetic makeup. You look different from people. You learn differently than other people. What in the world are you comparing? There is no comparison. I remember I was taking, and this might help you, I remember I was taking a special needs course, and the professor was sharing with us how people learned differently, and I thought that was the most amazing thing ever. Some people like lectures. Some people hate lectures. Some people have to write on graph paper because they are dyslexic, which I'm like, cool, because sometimes I need graph paper, because after a while you're working with a bunch of people and your eyes are just like and I recovered from ataxia as well, and with ataxia the letters look, I'm just going to take this real quick, and the letters look all like this together sometimes. So sometimes you need that, and that's fine. It's fine to be different. So someone may post online their I don't know. I used to do strings, making strings too. Someone may post online that they're doing a strings business, and you make the string jewelry. Your string jewelry doesn't have to look like that person because that person has 1 million followers and is successful. Because you know what? You're getting in their lane. If you stay in your own lane and focus on how you can actually perfect what the creator gifted you with, you're not going to doubt yourself. You're just going to put yourself out there. So it also, my 4th tip to overcoming self-doubt is to know thyself. To know thyself. Once you know yourself, you are un-F-withable. You are un-F-withable. If you want to hear like more curse words, hop onto my Abby Unfiltered podcast. And unfiltered, it's very unfiltered. So you are un-F-withable. You have to know what you like. You have to know what you don't like. I highly recommend getting your birth chart read from my brother, who is a master astrologer. I will actually link his info in this video. And if you want to know more about how you function and how you go about life and what your purpose is in life, then I highly recommend working with him. I also just launched my Purposefully Holistic Guidance and Mentorship program, and I have a few clients enrolled in that program because I do work with them one-on-one, so I don't like to overload it too much. But I hope this video was helpful. Comment below how you overcome self-doubt and what your self-doubts are, so I can see how I can help you in this video. Now, for those of you who want a little more extra guidance, I'm giving you the opportunity to apply to work with me in my most popular program, which is my 12-week Eat Stress Away program. It has changed so many lives. I have testimonials from various people. I will link some of my podcast interviews, as well as I will also link the testimonials in the description box below. I hope I didn't say, did I say show notes? Because I say that on my podcast. When you're everywhere, you say everything. So I hope this video helped you, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Loverly Peacefuls, much love to all of you who receive.